Well, seen all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies that are out, so you know what time it is. Ranking video. Welcome to Durbania, I'm Durbin, and this is my ranking video for all 5 Pirates of the Caribbean movies from least to greatest. I've kind of had a back and forth with this franchise, so I'm looking forward to diving into this. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and your rankings right there in the comments, and also know that through my Amazon associate links, if you go into the description and you're missing any of these Pirates movies in your collection, you'd like to pick them up, one way you could do that and support Durbania is to click those Amazon links right there in the description. So, without further ado, my ranking least to greatest of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Arr! Coming in for me at number 5, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. This is the 3rd Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and it is the one that I like the least. I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and I haven't desired to pick it up, to touch it, to watch it in a long time. That's how little I liked it. And I think what I really disliked about the 3rd one was how much I liked the 2nd one. When the 2nd one released on the big screen and I went and saw it, I freaking loved it. Davy Jones, such an amazing villain. I just feel like with that 2nd one, they did so many great things. And my biggest grievance with the 3rd one, I think, is just what they did with the characters. It's just like suddenly Will was this snippy bad guy, Elizabeth was this snippy bad guy. Everybody suddenly had all these different agendas. We're picking right up where the 2nd one went off or ended. And now we pick up right there with the 3rd one, and everybody has all these different agendas. Everybody's double-crossing, triple-crossing each other. I don't know. Like, it got really confusing for me to keep track of who's double-crossing who at what time here and there, and there was just so much in that 3rd one that let me down, that it even worked backwards and kind of ruined the 2nd one for me, knowing that the 2nd one with that great cliffhanger. I mean, one of the biggest things was Davy Jones' locker. When you see Johnny Depp in Davy, he got eaten by that big giant kraken, man. That was a huge moment. And then we just go to this weird scene of him in Davy Jones's locker with multiple Jack Sparrows, and they bring him out by turning the ship upside down at the green burst or something, and then suddenly Johnny Depp is back in the world, and the dead Kraken is washed up on the shore. Like, we took care of that Kraken really fast, and the Kraken to me was one of the most interesting things of the 2nd movie, and they just got rid of it so fast and glossed over it, and then it raised these weird theological questions for me. So with the dead Kraken, is Jack Sparrow's body in there? Because they didn't really go retrieve his body. They went into Davy Jones' locker and they got his soul, and they brought his soul up. But then how come he's not like a ghost and he can't walk through walls? Did he get another body down there? I don't know. See, there were just too many weird things. Some of these might be me nitpicking, and for that, I'm sorry. But it's just for me, the way the 3rd movie flowed, the things that they did with it, it kind of does land at my worst. Number 4 for me is Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. I had a real struggle between number 4 and number 3 and what was going to go there, so we'll talk about that in a second. There was a lot of things I actually liked about Stranger Tides. After being kind of greatly let down by the 3rd one, I was 50-50 on whether I was even going to go see Stranger Tides, but such is my love for Curse of the Black Pearl that I went ahead and honored Pirates of the Caribbean by seeing this one opening weekend. And you know what? I did have a lot more fun with On Stranger Tides than I thought I was going to have. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people kind of hail this as the weaker one. I mean, I get what they're saying, and you know what? Honestly, I have no argument against that. It's not the strongest movie. It's definitely not in my top favorite movies of all time. But for what it was, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed them kind of just focusing on Jack Sparrow. I kind of just enjoyed watching his character. I enjoyed the fun things they did with Jack, where you see that he is a pirate and a good man. And you know, what they did with Barbossa and him missing his leg and having a flask in his peg leg and all that stuff. Like, things like that were just... There was just enough in this movie that was really fun. Plus, Ian McShane as the villain.
Gentlemen.
I love Ian McShane. That dude can be so sinister with his voice. And one of the things I love about the Pirates movies is often they do great jobs with their villains. And Ian McShane as the villain in the 4th Pirates of the Caribbean movie, holy cow, he was good. So that's one of the saving graces for Pirates number 4 for me. Coming in at number 3, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Somebody's Chest. That movie comes in for me at number 3. Now, What I was saying about 3 and 4 is because sometimes I feel like 2 could go for me at number 4 because it has such a great cliffhanger and it was so good, but then the third movie kind of ruins all of that for me, so that's why it could fit at number 4. But the thing that I think is bumping up Deadman's Chest to number 3 for me is Davy Jones. Bill Nighy playing Davy Jones was the greatest thing, and like I said before, one of my favorite things about the Pirates franchise is the villains. Like, I like the villains, I like the character actors who play the villains. Love Barbossa in the first one, love Davy Jones in the second one. Third one, again, it was just meh, because, I don't know, they even toned down Davy Jones, I felt like, in that third one. And then the fourth one, I love Ian McShane. So it was no different here when we got into Dead Man's Chest and we have Davy Jones. I just love that. Do you fear death?
Do you not fear death?
Oh, I love that. I mean, he's just such a great character. His mannerisms, the way he talks, and he's a walking nightmare. My gosh. If I met a weird squid bearded face guy who said, "Do you fear death?"
Do you fear death?
Yeah, that would freaking freak me out, man. To no end, that would freak me out with a big old crab hand. Oh, that was... I still like the second one. If I could watch the second one and just kind of let the cliffhanger be a cliffhanger and ignore the third one, I can really enjoy that second one. There was just enough that was so good in it. You know, reintroducing us to, you know, Will and Jack Sparrow and the stuff going on in their world. We meet Davy Jones. The second one did have a lot of fun. I just wish the conclusion of it was better. Coming in for me at number 2, the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie, Dead Men Tell No Tales. I gave this movie an A- in my spoiler-free review. I really did enjoy this movie. I had a lot of fun with it, and the comparison I've been using is, for me, it was like Jurassic World, because I love Jurassic Park, great original movie. Sequels, meh, but Jurassic World was better than the sequels, not better than the original, but it still restored like the magic and what was like truly fun for me about the original, and I feel like that's what Dead Men Tell No Tales is for me in terms of Pirates of the Caribbean. It restored to me a lot of the fun that I had with Curse of the Black Pearl. If you really want my full thoughts on Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, I got 2 reviews out. One is spoiler free and one is a spoiler talk. So you can check that out and get my full thoughts on what I thought of that movie, why I gave it an A-. I really did enjoy this new one, and it is one I will be buying on Blu-ray. My number 1 favorite Pirates of the Caribbean movie is obviously Curse of the Black Pearl, and it's not my favorite just because it's the first one, but it just had a lot of fun with this movie. I mean, you're taking a movie based off a Disney theme park ride, you're just basing it off images in the ride. How do you do that? But they did it. I mean, first, one of the great things, I mean, I think that movie would have been lame without Johnny Depp. If they had hired anybody else to be Jack Sparrow, that movie would have been lame, because honestly, the story and the plot, it's a little blah. It's not that it's bad, but it's not like it's anything significant or anything special. You could tell that really what this movie was supposed to be from the beginning is just an adventure, lighthearted, fun film. That's like what it was supposed to be, but I think when they put Johnny Depp in that role, and what Johnny Depp made Jack Sparrow and what he brought to it, it took that film to a whole nother level. I mean, that opening scene in Curse of the Black Pearl where you meet Captain Jack Sparrow and he's standing on top of that mast and you have the sun shining behind him, and it's epic. And then the camera pans down, and it's this little boat, and it's sinking, and he has to go down there and, you know, get the water out. I mean, that tells you right there about this character. It tells you how he pictures himself, what he thinks of himself, in spite of what his actual real-life situations is. And then how does it turn out? It turns out he's like the best pirate there is. You know, he steals the interceptor from them through, like, the most hilarious of... I don't know. It was just such a great movie. Plus, first movie I saw Orlando Bloom in that wasn't Lord of the Rings. I think it might have been his first movie that wasn't Lord of the Rings. I'm not sure, but... either way, he was really good in it. Keira Knightley was really good in that movie. But again, I just have to go back. It was Jack Sparrow and it was Jeffrey Rush. Jeffrey Rush Barbossa and Jack Sparrow, they were the ones that really, I felt like, elevated this movie to a great level, because you had a great villain, you had a great hero, and everything about it was just so much fun. Like, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, if I don't want to think too much, but I want to have a lot of fun and have a good story and great characters, Curse of the Black Pearl is the movie I go to. Like, it's a movie that, even today when I watch it, I'm not bored with it. I still laugh at the jokes, and I still greatly enjoy this movie. What would be your ranking of the Pirates of the Caribbean films? Make sure to let me know in the comments. While you're there, hit that subscribe button to become a Durbanian. Next to the subscribe button is that bell. When you click that bell, you'll get notified the moment I drop new videos, new reviews. Every week, I'm trying to put out at least 4 videos a week, new reviews every weekend and things like that. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Check out my other reviews, my other movie talks, my other theological reviews, and other really fun things that I love to do with these movies, including trailer reactions and things like that. So make sure to check out those other videos, like and share this video. I'm Durbin. Thank you for checking out Durbania.